am the fire. I am burning brighter, roaring like a sun. And I am the one I've been waiting for. Phoenix Nation, how you doing? What's going on? We are rounding out May. Oh my God, I can't believe that May is almost over. I can't believe May is almost over.
I feel like just yesterday you were sending me that, like, it's gonna be May. Fucking, like, TikTok video with the guy. And then the fucking...
Trigger every millennial.
Oh, yeah, no, and then the fucking, May the 4th be drunk.
Like, oh, you mean the old Sky, the ones with Anakin, right? And I'm just sitting there like, that video had me dying.
That was so fucking funny.
Because when the Gen X realized that the original trilogy was almost 50 years old, even I... a proud millennial, elder millennial on top of that. I literally went, yeah, you know what? Honestly, pass the tequila.
Like, I am a zillennial, because some people say I'm millennial, some people say I'm Gen Z. I say you both could go fuck yourselves.
To be honest, I don't really...
But that hurt me, because I grew up on that shit.
I've just always felt like an old soul, so I'm kind of like, I don't know where I fit. I'm right on that cusp, I think.
I think that the cutoff to being a millennial is 97.
Yeah, I'm 97.
Yeah,
so I'm literally the cutoff.
I've heard some people say 97. I've heard some people say 96. I've heard some people say, like, 2000.
No, it's 97.
Fuck! 98.
You're Gen Z,
I'm
dude.
an elder Gen Z, but
you are elder Gen Z the way I am. Well, so do I. But like, you're Gen Z the way I'm an elder millennial.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that's actually the line is changed.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, I really identify a lot more with, like, millennial, with, like, younger millennial.
Yeah, because you're that cusp point. You're that turning point.
I'm a cusp baby.
Right. It's the same way I identify with Gen X.
Yeah.
But the funniest part about that shit, and this is what makes me laugh, is DigiNan is a year older than I am. And the original cutoff for the beginning of millennials used to be 1983. So, for some fucking reason, they decided to change it and made it 1980.
Oh, God.
Oh.
So, certain people, Shrek, used to say that they were Gen X. I'm like, no, actually, you're an elder millennial. And they would look at me like,
get out of me, swamp.
Like, get out of me, swamp. Like, what are you doing in my swamp? Like, no. But no. Meanwhile, then we have, like, my favorite wolf to call. He's actually, like, legitimately Gen X. Because he is 1976.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. So he's legitimate Gen X.
He's as old as Star Wars.
He's also as old as the bicentennial.
Wow. That's wild.
He was born during the bicentennial year of America.
That's insane.
Crazy.
Wild.
Way to feel old.
Oh, trust
this
me.
evening.
I mean, they were at the Sex Bomb show, and when they were telling some of our friends about their age, I'm sitting there and I'm just like laughing because the look on their faces when they said that they were 47.
Yeah.
I was just like,
people were like, the fuck?
Like, you're not 47. 47. And that's why I laughed even harder because most of our friends...
47.
He does not. Most of our friends didn't know. Most of, like, the Sex Bomb crew didn't know I'm 39.
Oh, you just admitted your age.
I don't care.
Yay.
I'm very proud of this.
Good for you, baby. It's the mileage. It's the experience.
I mean, hell, my aunt, when we bumped into her, genuinely thought that you were the same age as me.
People still think I'm only 25.
And did not understand why we were at that office.
But no. Which is funny that we're talking about our ages and what age group we fall into, because today's topic of the Phoenix Gate is the music that made us.
Oh, yes.
Now, as an 80s baby, obviously people are going to think, oh, so you're going to, like, talk about 80s music? And I can, because... that's my age group, but no, for me, it would be the 90s that made me.
That makes sense, though.
No, that does make sense.
Because the 90s is when I find, like, yes, as a young child, obviously, I'm listening to certain types of music that my parents played me. And my mother made sure I had a very extensive musical education. Because there's a running joke in the family that my first concert was in my mother's womb.
Aw.
because she didn't know I was there yet. And she went to go see Van Halen.
I love that.
Okay, that's fucking awesome.
She went to go see Van Halen and she didn't even know I was there.
Honestly, what?
So I still fully sit there and be like, my first concert ever was Van Halen. And they're like, how? Van Halen broke up the year you were born. I go, I know.
I know.
I was in the womb.
I was the herald of their doom.
Yes, correct.
Welcome back, Van Halen.
Also, I'm so sorry. If you see me look over, it's because the podcast cat is literally just snoring.
Donuts.
Lovely.
And I hear him.
I
and
love
I'm
this
just like,
for
this
you.
is amazing.
It's so good.
Speaking about really funny music anecdotes, so one of the subgenres of music, before we get into music that made individually each of us, is I really love like screamo metal music. And it's so funny because my mom was like, I don't know where you get it from. And my father was like, she's a damn liar. She followed Ozzy everywhere.
Yeah. But no, it's true.
Yeah.
My mother made sure that I had a very extensive education growing up of music. Because
Yeah.
I didn't just listen to kids' music.
Oh, I never did.
No,
My mom
no,
was
my
not about
I never
that.
listened to kids'
No.
music.
No.
You see, my dad's a funny man because he would be like, I'm treating you like an adult by letting you listen to this music. And it's like music about like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I'm like, okay, Dad, I don't even know what they're saying right now.
Yeah.
He also said that to me when he let me watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show at 8 years old.
Like the most kid
And then everybody
music-
wonders why you're gay.
Exactly.
Right?
The most kid music I probably listened to was my mother, especially, very much indulged my continued Disney fascination. So we had like every videotape of. Do you guys remember those Disney sing-along songs, videotapes,
I
or VHS?
still own them.
My mother let me watch, and there was like I would literally like constantly rewind it. My mom was like, "Oh my god!" My mom literally knows every single Disney song. It's really funny. And
No, it's just, I'm the same.
if
'cause-
prompted,
no, I can.
she can sing the whole of Little Mermaid.
There you go.
I love that for you.
No, I fully agree. A lot of my childhood music was Disney.
Yeah.
It was Muppets.
I love
It was
the
the Muppets.
Yep.
It was Sesame Street.
Yeah.
I was not a Barney person. I was too old for that by the time Barney came around.
I loved
I liked
Barney.
Barney.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't go out of my because I watched Disney movies. I watched Barney and like a lot of like the kids shows, but I wouldn't really go out of my way to listen to that music afterwards.
Right. No, I was I didn't listen to it afterwards, if per se. It's more like back in the day, again, since I've already said my age, we had cassette tapes.
Yep.
I remember. I know
So,
what those are.
I know.
Scarlett's like, I promise I know what those are.
So-
I don't know a lot of things, but I know that.
That's right. Anyways. So the cassette tapes, I always had a cassette player in my room. And, sometimes it was before it became the cassette CD thing, where I did have the dual at one point. I would listen to my mother's extensive cassette collection. And it was all... And it varied. We're talking 80s screamo to hair bands to... like new wave to stuff that you would have heard in like a club at the time in the 80s. And also like we were a very music heavy family. Like I started playing musical instruments in the second grade, so like 7. I was 7 when I started playing the clarinet. And I continued that all the way up until the very end of high school. I mean, I probably could pick up a clarinet now and still play it. But I've lost the ability to read music, which makes me sad. But I can actually play several instruments. I can play the clarinet, the xylophone, the drums, the bass guitar, and the keyboard.
That's so
That's
neat.
like really impressive.
Thank you. I'm not good at any of it anymore because I haven't played in years.
Yeah.
But
I have never like actually sat there and like put in effort to learn an instrument, but
they never made you do that in school.
well, they did. I just wasn't good at it. And I didn't practice at home because I was like, why am, like anyone else had that gifted kid thing when you were in school where it's like,
we don't
if
talk
I'm not
about that.
immediately good at it, then I should just never touch this
it
again.
again.
Yeah.
No, they. Yup.
I also just, as somebody on the autism spectrum, I have very specific sensitivities to certain sounds. And there was something about the fucking clarinet.
Sorry.
No, not the clarinet. I am so sorry.
The flute?
The recorder.
The fucking recorder.
It hurt my eardrums so
so
much.
bad.
I literally would purposely forget my recorder at home.
Hot
And then
cross buns.
Oh my God. And my
hot
mom.
cross buns.
Like funny like parenting anecdote. My mom knew how shitty all these concerts were and like refused to go to them. So she literally would like make up excuses so that we didn't have to do the concerts.
I love
Like she'd be like, my children are sick. There's 4 of them. They all made each other sick.
I
Or like
love
we're
that for
going
you.
on vacation conveniently when I would have had to sit through the stupid fucking recorder.
On some real
concert.
though, your mom is the G for this.
For real.
My mom is a G.
I
Like,
just know I brought that recorder home, tormented my whole family with it, and then I don't know if it was my grandmother or one of my aunts, but someone on my dad's side of the family was like, "Oh, you're like playing the recorder? Here's a new recorder for your birthday."
Oh
so
my
I could proceed
God.
to torment them some more.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know you could fucking buy a recorder
you
outside
can.
of a school
can.
supply
Oh
shop.
yeah, you definitely can.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry,
can.
everyone who loves playing the recorder. Recorder.
I don't know a single person that loves playing the recorder. What are we talking
It's a
about?
gateway instrument to learning like clarinet or something like that.
I mean, seriously, and you knew that you were really bad at instruments if they put you on the tambourine.
You see, we never did that. They just made us do like the recorder,
No.
And that was
we
it.
had
Recorder?
sections.
and then I could do choirs, and that's what
yeah,
I
I did
moved into.
choir
We
in
didn't have
3rd
choir.
grade. I did choir in 3rd grade. Absolutely fucking hated that. I did hold on. I did in 4th grade. I learned the flute. I picked up the flute, was not good at it, stopped trying, would literally show up and forget, would again intentionally leave the flute at home. So that way I didn't have to participate in the band practice, so I could go back to the classroom and hang out with the guys that I was friends with and like play hangman.
Yeah, I hung out
We're
with the
playing Pokemon
librarian.
themed hangman.
Me and the librarian were really tight.
Yo.
I love her so much. Mrs. Donnelly, you would never listen to this podcast, but I love you.
I love that for you.
She was my best friend in school, which I don't know if that sounds like pathetic or not.
It
but
doesn't.
She literally was my best friend at school.
No.
I used to help her in the library. I think being a librarian was my lost cause in life. I should have been a
Listen.
librarian.
Can I just be real for a second?
Always.
You know that you are a neurodivergent gay kid if your best friends in school were either your English teacher,
Your band
yeah.
teacher,
your guidance counselor, or the librarian,
or all of the above.
or all of the above.
Like I was in middle school, my best friend was my band teacher. Well, not my best friend, but the person that I was always around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guidance counselor.
Yeah.
It took me years to realize how wildly inappropriate that actually fucking was. Because, fun story, we are going to talk about the music that made us.
But like on a sidebar.
Sidebar is, and the thing is I've been working with a therapist for years to regain these memories. For some reason, every single time I would go into my guidance counselor's office, I fell asleep.
Creepy. Ew.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
weird.
No.
Yeah, we still don't know why that happened.
No,
we still,
that's
I
horrible.
have my theories.
Oh,
I
God.
have my theories, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
And
it's-
yo, we were joking about it in the beginning of the cast about how I don't look my age. So the thing is when I was younger, I looked like an adult. So at 14, 15, I looked like I was in my 20s.
God.
Not in a bad way, just
Yeah,
like,
no,
you know,
no.
I
Yeah.
looked
You mean.
mature.
Right.
Exactly.
Because, like, I'm stacked. And, you know, so I looked like an older woman. But most people didn't realize that I was 14, 15 years old at the time. 13, 14, 15 is when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
And so people often mistook me for 18, 19,
Oh, jeez.
you know? And as I got older, I guess once I hit like the 21 to 25 age, I stopped aging.
It's magic. It's called being a good fucking person. That's what it's
And
called.
taking care of your skin.
Yes, there's that too.
That too.
Both very important things.
But yeah, so fun fact is I would fall asleep in the guidance counselor's office for like an hour during whatever period I had free, and I would go down there. And then I would go into the band room, which was on the other side of the hallway. Keep in mind, both of these rooms were in the basement
Oh, yeah.
of my
that's
school.
wild.
Usually that's where they are. I remember that. In my high
Yeah.
school they were.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
guidance counselor was all the way in the basement in the very corner. You could not hear anything in this office. And then the band room was all the way down on the other side of the hallway in the basement. And the only other thing that was in the basement, besides those 2 rooms, was the lunchroom, which would get locked after lunch.
Icky.
So,
Icky.
yeah, wow. I think I have a new thing to talk about with my trauma therapist now.
Right.
Yo, that's gonna be a lot to unpack.
That's haunting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
That is haunting. Ew.
Oh God.
Thankfully, Mrs. Donnelly just let me sort books and talk to me because I didn't have friends.
You know what? Seriously, I kind of wish that I did have a Mrs. Donnelly instead of who I did have.
Honestly, she
I
was
had
so
a Mr.
good.
Wrightson, he was my 10th grade English teacher, but I would just hang out in his classroom, and he was like actually chill.
Yeah.
Like, he was not weird. He was like super chill. He would be like, listen, are you supposed to be doing anything this period? No? Sure. Hang out.
But-
I don't give a shit.
To go back to the original topic and
To
get
the
away from my
music.
childhood trauma.
Although I will say, any adult that treats a child like that is scum.
Yeah, just yeet them into the sun.
Just eat them, please.
Emotional, damn it.
You'll
Let's get away from my
theirs.
childhood
It's
trauma.
coming.
Let's go back
Let's
to
move
music.
back to the music.
So the fun part is the band teacher that I used to hang out with, he was a very big Beatles fan.
okay.
So he,
Checks.
with my mother also teaching me about classical music, because Beatles are fucking classic. Like, and I don't mean classical like, nyeh, 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 nyeh. I mean classical like, yeah.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
He would play the Beatles different albums for me on the original pressed record. So I got to
that's
hear.
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he was amazing. And he would teach me the different notes that they would use, the different keys, the different parameters of this music, and it made me fall in love with music. So as I get older, my taste obviously developed into its own taste, not where I was being influenced by everybody that was showing me the different music. I would say around 13 is when I finally defined the music that made me. And that was because I went to my very first Warped Tour.
Warped Tour.
And
The
from-
blacktop.
From
The blacktop mosh pits.
The very, yeah.
I never got to experience Warped Tour.
Oh,
Oh, I wish you could have.
Yeah.
So from the
My dad said
very-
no.
Dude, I actually
I was
believe it or
underage. My
not-
dad said no.
You want to laugh?
Yeah.
Do you know the year I went to my first Warped Tour?
What year?
The year you were born.
That's insane. That's wild. Yo, like
The year you were born was the year I went to my first Warped Tour. Oh dear God.
I know. And wait,
This
hold on.
episode is going to give me so much fucking trauma.
No, but it's actually really funny because like I think the last Warped Tour was 20. It was like 20 years after that in 2018. Because
And I know I was at it.
yeah, hold on. Kim was at it too. My husband.
Yeah, I was
he was
there.
there too.
I was there.
And I just remember, so like me and him barely knew each other at this point. I remember him like on Facebook, like, yeah, this is the last Warped Tour. I'm kind of sad, but let's go. And then at the end of it, he's like, yo, fuck Warped Tour. I ran into so many people and I have sunburn. I'm so glad I never have to do this again.
But yeah, no, I fell in love with emo. I fell in love with emo at 13, and I fell in love with punk. I fell in love with like some of the bands that are like actually like legitimately huge now started at Warped Tour.
Can I be real for a
So
second though?
many.
Always.
The Venn diagram of people with childhood trauma and people who like emo music is basically a circle.
As it is. I think it's funny because for me, at least, what kind of built a lot of my interest in music is my mom would always make like those mixtapes for the car. We didn't listen to no Kids Bop. My mom did not want to listen to those whiny brat kids.
Oh my God.
That was a thing.
We just had like all these mixtapes my mom would make, and my favorite song, and I would literally die and go to heaven if I got to see this specific artist live, was my favorite song was I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
I've seen her live.
I want to see her live so badly.
She puts on the most fantastic shows.
and I just became like obsessed with her. And I just exactly.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
kinda
true.
gay, though.
It's true.
Tell me how you're gay though.
So like she's
So
like,
wait, Rocky Horror Picture for Scarlett, Joan Jett for Lavender.
No, I literally wanted a Joan Jett mullet when I was 13. Like
You have a Joan Jett mullet now.
I do, but thankfully my mom didn't let me get it at 13 because I didn't know how to style my hair and I would have just looked like a ragamuffin. So thankfully she steered me correctly. However,
You said ragamuffin.
now
I can't.
that I know how to take care of myself, I look great with a mullet.
Yeah.
But
We stand the lavender mullet.
I
love it.
just was so in love with Joan Jett. And as that kind of developed, I got very into like the same kind of, I call it my light side and my dark side of music. So I kind of like diverted into two different paths.
It's actually funny you say that because I have the same thing. I have my secret, not so secret
God.
pleasure that I don't.
Your popcorn's still trying to kill me.
It's the Yankee stuff. This is why you shouldn't eat it every time you come over.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's just
like-
good
it's like
popcorn.
Yankees tub.
No.
But yeah, I have my light side and my dark side. So my light side is guided by a Miss Taylor Swift. I went to her first tour, like straight up her first ever like global tour
Oh God, you're such a Swiftie.
at Nassau Coliseum. And I'll never forget it because I loved her so much. And my dad had seen one of those pranks on Facebook and got me the concert tickets and hid it under his old shoes and gave me a shoebox for my birthday. And because I am autistic, I believed that I received a pair of old shoes for my birthday. And didn't want to seem like a spoiled brat. So I just went, oh, thank you. And walked away and started to cry. Oh, no. Only for my dad to be like, no, like I actually got you a gift. And that's when my dad realized, well, maybe I shouldn't try that anymore.
Not with my autistic
Not
child.
with my autistic child. But then I love Taylor. I love that Chapel Roan. Just all of that kind of went into one another. And then there's my dark side, which is emo and screamo. And I kind of started with My Chemical Romance. But also I would say the biggest
didn't?
one, true. But I would say the biggest one
I didn't.
for me especially was I love one specific screamo band called Bless the Fall. And
Bless the Fall is the shit.
some temporary, I hate to say temporary, previous friends of mine, their cousin was the drummer in the band. And they were like, we don't like his music. It's too loud. It's crappy. I was like, well, I'll try it. Because to me, I'm like, free mixtape, right?
Yeah,
so I take it. And I fell in love. And I went to almost every single show after that. And I recently saw them for their Hollow Bodies reunion tour last summer. And they kind of led me down my like screamo, emo, heavy metal rock.
I love that for you.
And and now I have a bunch of classic vinyl that I love and I continue to collect. Some of which from my mom. I got original printings of Billy Joel. I have an original pressing of The Soft Parade by The Doors.
Wow.
I have Tattoo You by the Rolling Stones, like all original pressings.
Nice.
And I have been addicted to all types of music ever since.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, so for me, my dark and my light go violently in opposite directions.
Yeah.
Because it's more so I have dark, gray, and light. So I have black, gray, white kind of music.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was 13, while yes, I was discovering this massive world of underground music and the Long Island music scene and you know, going to churches and where people would be hosting these amazing shows with these violently fucking amazing mosh pits and listening to all my friends who thought they would be famous and being in bands, and I myself thought that I would be famous and being in a band, hence why I learned how to play the drums and the bass.
Yeah.
You know, I was, and I'm very proud of this, I am a huge NSYNC fan. Huge.
Oh, yes, we know.
Shut up.
You know this.
Okay, it's so bad. This is how bad it is.
It's gonna be gay people, right?
What did you just say?
Excuse me?
In sync. They're the ones that go, it's gonna be May.
Yes.
Well, specifically, that is Justin Timberlake.
Yes, specifically.
Okay, but like low-key,
Low-key, the fact that you knew that it was them, I will give you points.
Yeah, you get credit.
You get points for that. But, I will be educating you off air, so you need to know the discography, okay?
I really don't. It's okay.
Silencio.
I
You're hearing it anyway.
Pop makes me want to slam my head into a brick wall.
Okay, that's violently fair. But anyways, so yes, because a lot of people who've known me for as long as that can sit there and be like, well, you weren't like the alternative pop, like, you know, punky rap rocker girl. Like, even though I was, they were like, you liked NSYNC. I go, and? So the thing is back in the day, TRL was huge on MTV. This is, you know, I'm dating myself again. I don't care. And I'm also having a moment because one of the podcast cats has decided that my arm is a very comfortable pillow and now I can no longer move.
I know. I'm seeing this in 4K and it's adorable.
Yeah, I love this man so much.
We love the voids.
The void cat is the best cat. But
Don't tell
so
Rafi.
NSYNC, one of their first appearances when their album dropped was on TRL. And my mother, it was around my birthday. I was turning 14. And my mother took me and my best friend at the time out of school, like cut us out of school to drive into Manhattan, into Times Square, to stand underneath the MTV freaking studios that used to be there, holding up a huge sign, "It's my birthday, I love NSYNC. Can I please like get a shout out or can I come upstairs?" I forget
awesome.
exactly what the sign said, but it definitely pointed out that it was my birthday and how much I loved NSYNC. I remember this vividly to this day, even though my memory, thanks trauma brain, is so fucked. Carson Daly turned around, pointed at me, mouthed the words "Happy Birthday," waved, and then had the members of NSYNC come and wave at me.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's awesome.
I literally almost passed out.
I was going to say, I'd turn into a
Valid.
fucking puddle. I'd be gone.
I legitimately screamed so loud that I saw floating dots in front of my eyes and almost passed out. It turns out it was from asphyxiation from screaming. Worth it.
There.
Yeah. So that is my super light side because, you know, I also did dabble in a little bit of Britney and a little bit of Christina Aguilera.
Who hasn't? to
You
be
know, because
honest?
like
I haven't.
that was the big three back then. You know, and I hated Backstreet Boys. Fuck them. I still hate them.
It's okay. I was
don't
kind
like
of
'em.
that way. I was a big, like, I loved One Direction. That was my boy band.
So it's actually really funny.
Admittedly.
I
At least you
kept
didn't
calling
say
One
Jonas
Direction
Brothers.
5 Directions for the longest
I also
time.
love Jonas Brothers.
My sister was obsessed with the Jonas Brothers. See, like I was always very much a rock and roll girl. Like
No. That's where I was getting to.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, we still haven't gotten into the gray or the black.
Oh, that's right.
So the gray is obviously the emo.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is a lot of people don't realize is that you have levels of emo.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And so for me, the top two bands that I followed religiously back then was Thursday and Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, I know Taking
Yes.
Back Sunday.
And also From Autumn to Ashes, but there's
Oh, yeah,
a
I know
reason
them
for
too.
that. From Autumn to Ashes, actually, my cousin Scott was their composer, producer, and he was also in the band. He played bass.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Taking Back Sunday, homegrown Long Island boys.
Yeah.
I knew them when they were still practicing in their garage. Thursday, first time I ever saw them, I was in a church basement in Great Neck over here. And it was one of the most fantastic times of my life.
That's so cool.
So literally, I followed them, and I still follow them religiously. All of those bands, you know.
Yeah.
So that's my gray. Now my black is when I discovered goth music.
Yes. Oh man.
My black is when I finally discovered, you know, that there is something that speaks to the darkness in my soul. It speaks to the bat side of me. It speaks to the dark black cat that I am. And I was just like, okay, I like this. So we're talking Depeche Mode, like Bathhouse,
Yes,
all the
yes.
old school deliciousness, even some of the new stuff.
Yeah.
So again, there are levels to each of these freaking categories because I'm also a fucking raver and I used to go to raves and I would listen to EDM and fucking techno and house and all that fucking shit. So I'm telling you, like, music is my lifeblood. Music is the only thing in my life that makes any sense at any point in time. And the wonderful thing about music, and you both I'm sure can attest to this.
Yeah.
Music can bring back my memories when I can't bring them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if I'm in just like a place where I need to just like release.
Yep.
It is so helpful.
baby.
Yeah.
And it is so cathartic and healing. You know,
yeah.
not to bring up Taylor again, but there's one specific song that just came out, which has also become a meme.
That's also
about-
because you're in your villain era. And
Exactly.
We support it.
Yes, we're in a very good villain era right now, but she has this great song on her new album, The Torture Poets Department, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
I am.
Oh, good.
You're fucking feral.
Because I have spent my
Just a little
entire life
Un
just
poquito.
being agreeable and just
People
and
pleasing.
People pleasing.
Yeah.
And that's really why, like, I think Taylor has stuck to me as somebody that I love musically my entire life.
Even though she's a trash human being. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We do not have to see eye to eye on that.
We don't, and we never,
We
ever,
never
ever
will.
will.
But I
Sorry,
like
I'm
that
on the
her
Taylor's trash side too here.
songwriting has kind of evolved with things that are happening in my life in a way.
Okay, no, again, I'm not saying that her music isn't catchy. I'm
Oh,
just
no, no,
saying,
no.
from what I've heard in the industry, she's trashy.
Oh no, I know nothing about that stuff because I don't really like dig into
You
it.
just go into the music.
Exactly.
valid, too.
That's
But,
valid.
You know, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me has been kind of my, like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to be perfect for everybody. I've
About
done my
time.
dues. I've been abused for it. And I'm done. And you would never survive in the asylum where they raised me, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What about
So
you, Scarlett?
That's been a big one for me
All right.
recently.
Yeah, I
So,
want to
like,
hear
I
this.
so this is fun. But first, I want to make a joke that I've been making for a while. Who needs therapy when you could just listen to every single Paramore album?
Fucking real.
Facts.
Like, fucking real.
Let me tell you, when I worked at, fuck it, it's a big corporation. When I worked at Target and I did the 4 a.m. shifts, like, they didn't give a fuck at my store. So I'd literally be having my wireless earbuds in, blasting
There you
Paramore was
go.
one of many bands I was blasting, but like when I was going through shit, it would just be every single Paramore album.
Yeah.
And, you know, after a few weeks of that, it really did help me work through my emotions.
Misery Business and Emergency are my favorite
Oh
songs.
my God,
of all
yeah.
time.
So great.
Like Emergency, but also the album with the butterfly, Brand New Eyes, I think.
Brand New
Yeah,
Eyes.
Brand New Eyes.
Brand New Eyes.
That album spoke to me a lot because
The way that Taylor Swift speaks to Lavender.
yeah, let me tell you, like, because I feel like that album had a really good balance of Haley's like rage,
Yes,
Agreed.
it
but
did.
also like there, like, you know, like there was like love, there was rage, there was also just like
It was a volatile mix of emotions.
exactly, it was a very
Yes.
volatile mix of emotions, and it like that album was really the one that helped me like get through a lot.
Shout out to Brick by Boring Brick.
Yes,
Yes.
Ignorance is like
Oh,
Ignorance.
God.
also Playing
Ignorance.
God is another
Oh,
one.
Playing
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, like
I'm sorry, but the entire discography of Paramore is just pristine.
oh yeah,
I fully agree.
And it's like
In
even when they play around with like
every-
different styles and stuff,
in
they
every
still
era.
manage to stay genuine to themselves.
Yeah, no, it's
Agreed.
true. In
Yes.
every single Paramore evolution, they still sound like Paramore.
yeah,
But
it's
you can
fantastic.
tell that it is matured.
Yeah,
100%.
like
yeah.
their sound has changed, but they're still they still are like who they are at their core, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
Exactly.
But,
I fully agree
anyway.
with you.
To talk
I
about-
mean, let's like quick shout out to a few weeks ago with Sex Bomb's second show and Mr. What's Wilson
Wilson Valley.
Yes,
Yes.
overheard me and you singing along to Misery Business in between bands, and at the end of the night comes up to me and goes, "Was that you sing Misery Business earlier?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I have a sore throat." He goes, "If that's you with a sore throat, I can't wait to hear what you sound like full." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" He goes, he's like, "It was really good."
Good.
He's
Yes.
like, he's like,
I
just
can
make
confirm
me.
this.
He's like, just make me feel worse. Why don't you? That you weren't even trying and you're sick,
Yeah.
and you sound like that.
No, Mr. Wilson Valley was fantastic.
Yeah.
Mr. Wilson
Shout out to
Valley.
Mr. Wilson Valley.
His name is not actually Wilson Valley, but his band's name is Wilson
Check
Valley.
out his album on Spotify.
Yo.
He actually just released it a few weeks ago.
Yes.
So,
And, I just
yeah, shout out to Wilson Valley. Like,
Yeah.
dude, fucking awesome.
no, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
But yeah, I mean, and his music's awesome too.
Yeah.
Because you can, again, this harks back to the local
Yes.
scene, which the local Long Island underground scene, for as long as I've been around, and obviously I'm an old lady, has been fantastic. Like, some of the greatest bands that are touring right now have come
Yeah.
from the underground Long Island sound.
You see, I love hearing about this because I didn't really go to like local shows.
They didn't allow you to go, your parents, or you just didn't go?
Well, I was not allowed to go. And a lot of that had to do with, you know, my mom grew up in Jackson Heights, and Jackson Heights was like really rough.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
especially me, she was very, very protective. So it was kind of like, I literally had to tell her once I was in college, I was like, Mom, I am 20 years old. I need to be able to be out later than 8 o'clock. Everybody else is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But, you know, she was protective for all the right reasons, to be honest.
That's valid.
That's
And
fair.
so I never really got into the underground scene. I
I mean,
think
protective for all the right reasons. I fall asleep in my guidance counselor's office.
I'll say, like, I think the closest for me with underground was I literally have the very first demo tape from Bless the Fall.
Nice.
So, like,
awesome,
that is
though.
like the closest maybe for me, but I didn't get to see
I
them
actually have
until I
Taking
got
Back
a little
Sundays.
older.
I actually have Taking Back Sundays EP.
Oh my
fucking
God, that's
awesome, too.
amazing.
I have Taking Back Sundays EP on a CD burnable.
Oh my God.
And it still works.
Good.
I gotta ask Cam what he has. Like,
Oh
'cause-
God,
'cause
Cam's
Cam has
only a
been-
little bit younger than me.
Yeah, he's been in the Long Island music scene for a long time. Like
Yeah.
he's been playing in bands probably since he was like 16 or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been at it for close to 20 years.
Yeah.
I think also the other closest to maybe an underground artist for me was Halsey. So
I love Halsey.
I love Halsey. I've been a fan of theirs since literally they used to post their music on Tumblr. And
Oh my God, I remember that.
I literally have been the only show I didn't get to go to was their most recent set of shows because they were doing them with GovBall.
Yeah.
And personally for me, I would have loved to see them, but I just, one, can't afford GovBall. And two, I'm of the opinion.
It's a shit show.
I'm also of the opinion that, like, one, I'd probably get severely overstimulated and wouldn't be a good time.
It's part of the
And-
reasons why you can never come with me to any type of Electric Daisy carnival.
Yeah, I would
or-
be too that. And then two,
Yeah.
it's like for me, I'm kind of like very like logically minded with things like this. I'm like, why would I pay all this money if I don't like every single band?
Also,
Fair.
But besides that point, I basically saw them evolve as an artist and saw every single tour.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to see them in like little side rooms of Hammerstein Ballroom and then getting to see them at like
Hammerstein.
and then literally getting to see them like rock the fuck out at Barclays and at
Nice.
MSG.
I love
and
that.
that was one of those things that like I got to see them evolve as an artist. They might have not been quote unquote underground in my area, but I got to see them become an artist and like stay true to themselves the entire time.
Yeah.
And see the hard work they put in. And I'll always like respect the fuck out of them. And I really hope they play another tour show sometime. Like I know that like, you know, they got itty bitty adorable baby. But I would love to just see them now as they've grown even more into their music. And
I love that.
it's been like wonderful seeing them
So,
evolve.
all right, I have a question for you both.
yes.
What is your ultimate dream concert? You can get it from any era, any band. If you had the ability
Oh,
to
fuck me.
see front row ultimate concert, what would it be?
Joy Division.
Oh, that's really hard because
Yeah.
I've thankfully had the opportunity to see two people on that bucket list for me, which were Billy Joel and Sir Elton John. Oh God, it's really hard because it would be a cross between I would love to see Joan Jett like front row.
You did mention that.
But I would also love to just travel back in time because I'm a huge fucking fan of her OG band, The Runaways. I love The Runaways music. If I could have seen Cherie Currie and The Runaways at their prime, that would be like the most amazing thing. That and probably I love David Bowie, and he's part of the reason I've decided that any older artist I want to see, I'm going to see because I didn't get to see Bowie.
Facts.
Valid.
That's great. That's amazing. I love these answers, guys. Like for me, I've been to so many concerts, and I was actually discussing this with DigiNan driving home from the concert that we went to at the beginning of the month. And that was Stained.
Yes,
We went to see Stain, and they had a whole bunch of other bands with them, and I was very excited. But I missed out on the one band that I really wanted to see because we hit so much traffic and was late, and that's Daybreaker. Or Dayseeker. I'm sorry, Daybreaker. Oh my God, I'm so tired.
Hey, it happens.
But so I'm annoyed because they also I missed out on that. But it is what it is. I will eventually see them in concert. It is fine. But I was saying to DigiNan that I have forgotten. I've been to so many concerts and shows and everything, which is honestly a huge blessing
Yeah.
that I've forgotten who I've seen.
What?
Until somebody reminds me, like, you were at that concert. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Like, if I were to like sit here and try to name the concerts I've been to, first of all, half of y'all would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? These people are all old."
Not true.
Because so yeah, I guess
I go with my mom to tons of old people concerts.
That's what I did with my parents. So like, you know, my dad and my mom got me into classic rock.
Love that.
My dad was, you know, very much like more of like a 70s kind, like 70s 80s kind of guy. My mom was an 80s kind of girl. Like my dad, like the two things that really stuck out to me as a kid, because my dad also did the thing where he would make like mixtape CDs for the car.
Love that.
And I know one of them, the first song he had on there was American Pie by Don McLean.
Oh, I love that song.
And that was like, I loved that song. Like that was, and he had like the fucking like 8-minute version.
American
like my dad didn't fuck around. He had the 8-minute version.
Because it's the best version.
Exactly. And it was just amazing. And then he showed me Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss. And for years, that was my favorite band.
Yeah.
Like,
would you consider yourself part of the Kiss Army?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it's valid.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I've seen them in concert. I've seen them live like 3 times. So
yeah, no, you're part of the army.
I'm part of the Kiss Army.
You're part of the
only
army.
thing is, I need to get the Glamlight Kiss collab, because that makeup actually looks really good.
Hey, Glamlight, you should totally send us some freebies, i.e. what Scarlett is asking for, because we are huge supporters of your brand.
Yes.
So, you know.
I'm obsessed with your brand, and
PR kits are welcome.
PR kits and maybe sometime soon filming stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we would totally put up all sorts of unboxing and use videos.
Yes.
And putting on different looks with your products. Just saying, hint, hint, wink, wink.
Spons.
Hello, Seth MacFarlane. Your biggest fan is here.
Yes.
Spons.
Seth MacFarlane, your biggest fan, is in attendance. Like, I don't care how many times. I will keep saying this shamelessly for every podcast. I don't give a fuck.
Also because it's fun.
I'm just going to keep saying spons until it happens. But yeah.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so like but you know, like my first ever concert show was Kiss.
There you
It
go.
was 2009, Nassau Coliseum, before they remodeled it.
Nice.
And we were, so it was me and my dad. And I remember he got me a T-shirt that was of Kiss, that was like Kiss the Destroyer album.
Nice.
Oh my God, no, I'm so mad I don't have that shirt anymore. But I doubt I would fit into it at this point. But like, you know, it was.
I've saved almost every single.
Yeah.
At almost every single show that I've ever been to, I get a shirt.
Yeah,
I try to do
like
that
he didn't
now,
get it.
yeah.
He didn't get it from the show, but like he got it for me to wear to the show. It was really awesome. But yeah, it was just like, it was a great time, and it was awesome because we were sitting like technically like up in the nosebleeds.
Still.
Yeah, but get this, we were dead center.
Love
That's
that.
Like
so
you could
great.
literally draw a line from us to the drummer.
That's so good.
Like it was, and honestly, the sound quality was great because like this is back when the Coliseum was smaller, so there really wasn't a bad seat in the house.
No, there
No,
really wasn't in
agreed.
the Coliseum. It had the greatest reverb.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like I'm like getting flashbacks of that night.
This is why
it's
music
just-
is joy.
It is. It was amazing. And I think this band Buckcherry had opened for them.
Oh my god,
Like they were cool.
dude!
I never followed up and listened to them more. But like when they come on the radio or something, I'm like, yo, that's cool.
Yo,
I saw them once.
Buckcherry sings. They sing my theme song.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, cause the running joke is from my Wolf to Call is "Crazy Bitch" by Buckcherry is the song that basically describes me. And
my God.
so basically, like to give you a quick one-liner from it is, "Hey, you're crazy bitch, but you fuck so good, I'm all over it."
Oh, that checks.
Oh, I
that
love
checks.
that.
I love this for you.
And
Like-
now this is being added to my Apple Music playlist. As we speak.
As you said, Buckcherry is really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to listen to them more.
No, they're really good.
Yeah,
I love them.
But yeah, Kiss, and then later, and then the following summer, so summer of 2010 is when we started going to a lot of shows at Jones Beach.
Oh god, the Ticket to Rock, best freaking
my
thing
God.
that Jones Beach has ever done.
No, they had so many there were so many awesome shows. Like I think that
was
year
able to cross
I
off
saw
so many fucking
I saw
bands.
Aerosmith.
I
Yeah.
saw
With
Halsey
and,
open for Imagine Dragons there.
Yeah, what was it? Fucking I can't remember. Sammy Hagar opened for Aerosmith.
Of course he did.
I I think I may have seen Kiss again that summer. I saw Styx, Kansas, and Foreigner.
Wow.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have to show
I love
you
that.
the
I've
OG
seen
Sticks.
I've seen Styx play like 3 different times at Jones Beach.
Styx is great.
Yo, Styx is
great.
great, and it's also really funny because my mom my mom was a big fan of Styx. Had the biggest crush on Tommy Shaw.
Of course.
Yes.
So, fun story is my dad used to live up by Woodstock.
Okay.
You know, before he moved down to Florida.
Yeah.
And they have this place up there called Bethel Woods. And it is this big outdoor venue, like Jones Beach.
Okay.
But it's huge. All right. So Bethel Woods gets really big acts during the warm months, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was able to see, thanks to my dad, the original lineup for Journey.
Wow.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Not the little Filipino man. I saw the original.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, he got tangled up in the podcast.
Oh, no.
Oh, podcast cat
Has struck again.
has been struck.
Ugh, fucking Tony.
But yeah, like you see, at this point it becomes a blur because I can't remember what happened in which year because I just.
Oh,
seen
we don't
so
need
many-
years.
No,
We
it's
just
okay.
Yeah, no, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna run through the Jones Beach concert so you understand what my music taste was up through middle school.
That's fair.
About
So,
it, go.
I had seen Def Leppard 3 times.
Nice.
Another band I
Def
have
Leppard,
original
amazing. I
pressing.
saw one. There was one show that Heart opened up for them.
Oh, we love Heart. Heart was touring with Joan Jett for a hot minute.
Oh shit, that's
I
awesome.
have to see John.
Yeah, no, like Heart was awesome.
We'll make it happen for you, love.
Def Leppard put on an amazing show. I saw Kiss and Motley Crue. One year.
Nice.
I'm so mad because Motley Crue should have been the fucking headliner, but Kiss was.
Actually, believe it or not, when you have 2 large bands like that, they switch.
You see, that makes sense.
So,
I wish we got Motley Crue as a headliner because damn, they put on a fucking show.
example,
like-
Hailstorm and Evanescence.
Yeah.
When I went to see them and they were touring together, that was last year or the year before? No, last year.
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah, I remember because I was texting you guys
Yes.
videos the whole time.
Yes.
So I remember this vividly.
So apparently what they do is they would switch. So some nights Evanescence would be the second to last band and Hailstorm would be, you know, the final band, the headliner.
Yeah.
And then other nights Evanescence would be the headliner and
Nice,
so on and so
okay.
forth. Other bands have done this like In This Moment.
Oh yeah, I know
I would
they've
love to see
totally
In This
done it.
Moment.
I mean,
I'm taking you.
Please.
I'm taking you both to see In This Moment because you need
please.
you need to experience. It is a spiritual
Yes.
fucking experience.
Yo.
Okay.
Speaking of spiritual experiences, Stevie Nicks.
I went.
Yes, I saw them. I saw them when I was in like high school. I saw her.
You saw her or
I saw-
Fleetwood Mac?
No, I saw her. It was her. It was just Stevie. Like I saw Stevie when I was in when it was like my first year of high school. That was just a fucking spiritual experience. And
I'm sorry,
like,
you have heard the
she
podcast.
also sang her version of Annabelle Lee, you know, the poem by Edgar Allan Poe, who was one of my
I love
favorite
that.
writers.
I love
So, like,
Stevie.
that was Stevie's amazing. And honestly, her voice is just fucking amazing.
I still got to see her too.
Oh God,
You have to.
I am not. I am unashamed. I went with my mother, and I'm unashamed to admit I sobbed like a baby.
Oh, I did
That
that
is
with
so
my
valid.
dad when I saw
I
Elton.
so fuck. I was just
please
like,
cry.
this is the culmination of my entire being.
I literally
I
when I
totally
was
get
in
it.
beauty school, one of my like makeup project, you know, like we did like certain like project looks, like themed like project looks, and I did mine on my mom. My mom came in to be my model, and I based it on Stevie Nicks's Gold Dust Woman.
Yeah.
So
I love this for
yeah.
you.
And I'm trying to think like who else did I see while I was there? I saw Poison.
I've seen Poison.
Poison, yo, let me tell you, Brett, is the guy Brett Michaels? I can't remember. I know it's fucking. I think it was Brett Michaels. His voice fucking.
Pre-stroke.
Oh, shit! He had a stroke.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know that. Yo, but like,
I only knew
I
him
can't
because
keep,
he was on
keep up with
Celebrity
things
Apprentice.
anymore. But
Yeah.
but like,
That's all
let
I
me tell you,
remember.
that
You're
man's
fired.
voice aged like a fine fucking wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, honestly, there are very few of the older bands that I grew up with that I have yet to see. Because I've been very lucky and very blessed over the past couple of years to go to as many concerts, not counting the COVID years,
Yeah.
to as many concerts as I actually have been.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful that my love of music has been able to be fostered and continued to grow
Absolutely.
and expand into different, while still keeping my core being of who I am, the music that still made
Yeah.
me. I've been able to expand. Like, obviously, I didn't start with Paramore and Hailstorm and Evanescence and all those people.
Yeah.
But I got into them as they came around onto the scene.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for those fucking gateway bands that I mentioned in the beginning, I never would have listened to any of that.
No, it's so true.
No, and it's funny because like my dad like will wonder like how did you get into like some of this heavier music like. Because when I was in high school is when I really started to like find my like middle like
you
parts
find
of middle
your
school and high
sound.
school
Yeah.
like
You find your
I
sound.
did start listening to bands like Green Day, Paramore,
Love
Bowling
Green
for
Day.
Soup.
Love Green Day.
Like,
They're a bucket list band for me.
I would love to
same.
see. I would love
I'd
to see
go with
Green
you.
Day. Like I got into them when I was in like middle school, going into high school, and then I had a lot of people try to get me into emo. It just wasn't doing it for me at that point.
Not
No.
everybody's an emo person.
Oh no, I got into emo later.
Later.
But no, like you see, here's the other thing: the more people bother me to like listen to something or to watch something,
the
the
more
less
you won't do it.
the more I won't do it, and the more that I'll hate it when I actually do.
It's actually part of the reason why I have I'm sorry, Lavender, such a hatred towards Taylor.
Hey, that's fine.
And it wasn't because of your pressuring. It wasn't because of your
No.
pressuring. It was because of somebody else.
Because I totally
That
understand
is so valid.
that some artists I love are not everyone's cup of tea. So I always say that. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to talk about Taylor. I know she's not the cup of tea. I just need to talk about
No,
A,
that's
B, and C.
absolutely-
It's okay. We
That's
just let you like
fine.
word vomit it out.
Exactly.
No, basically, when it comes down to it, we're just like, come, do it. It's the same way that one of my coven sisters, Missy's, is a huge Jonas Brothers fan.
Oh, love them.
Huge. I hate them.
Fair.
But whenever they get super excited, I sit there and I just smile and
Because
wave, boys.
It's nice to
Like, have
support
fun.
your friends
Enjoy it.
and things they
It's
enjoy.
like, listen, just
you know?
because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean that it's not someone else's. And if it's
Exactly.
like, you know
I'm
what, if
never
you
going to
find-
shit on your music choices.
Yeah, it's like, you know what,
Never.
if you're someone who finds, like value and meaning in that music, who am I to judge you for it?
Exactly.
And I feel like what's great is like having like, and I will say this about like getting in loving Taylor as much as I do because she's kind of gone around a lot of different music genres. It's helped curate newer music that I love, like Chapel Roan. I would have known nothing about Chapel Roan if I didn't love Taylor Swift because then I loved Olivia Rodrigo and then I love Sabrina Carpenter and then Chapel Roan opened for Olivia Rodrigo and she's like my end all be all red wine supernova of the summer, you know?
Is it really fucked up that except for Taylor Swift, I have no idea who the fuck any of those people are?
I'm sorry,
okay.
I don't know who
That's
these
totally
people are
okay.
either, but that's also like very much outside of my wheelhouse in terms
No,
of music.
exactly.
Because I
Like-
have always been that like alternative music
Same.
person, and so like, yeah, like that's a thing. So and I started getting into so it's like it's funny because I bounced around quite a bit in high school because like that's when I started to get into metal, and also my first introduction to goth music was actually when I was in high school.
There you
Nice.
go.
There was this girl on the bus. She's a tattoo artist now, which like good for her.
Yeah.
Art by Amanda Suss or Art by Suss. She's on Instagram. Check out her tattoo art. She's amazing. But she was like, yo, like you like stuff like that. You should try listening to metal. So I did. And my metal taste went in there were two different types of metal I liked.
We have the
I hear the
orange
cats.
menace is trying to sing the song of his people.
Yes, I love him.
We
like,
love you,
I was
Orange Man.
really into like 80s metal. So I loved Iron Maiden.
Nice.
I liked Metallica, but I honestly was a huge Iron Maiden fan.
Hell yeah. Did you
And
know they're
any-
touring right now?
Oh, fuck yeah, I need to see that. But also, anything that Ronnie James Dio put his hands on, I was obsessed.
Also, like, just so you know, FYI, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it after we finished the episode today. So not only is Iron Maiden playing, but another band that is a bucket list for me is playing in July, and I really want to bring you both.
Ooh, I love.
Kitty.
Yes.
Okay. I know you said yes, but I want to expose Kayla to what is
Yes,
the
I
magic
wanna
of
be
Kitty.
exposed.
They're
to
they're
it.
amazing.
And
Oh my God.
Also, Slipknot just announced tours.
Oh,
so
yes, I
need
saw
to see them
that.
again. I need to see them again.
Yeah, I never
Honestly,
got
I
super
was-
into Slipknot.
Oh,
It's-
it's a
you see,
great
like,
show.
I
though.
like the I like how their music sounds, but their lyrics are just kind of like edgy, like they're kind of edgelordy for me.
Well, because that's the point.
I know.
That's
I
the
can understand. I understand that that's the point, but it doesn't mean that it
That's
appeals.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
absolutely fine.
Your funny words,
But-
Magic Man.
Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I want to keep talking about every single one of these bands that have created us and turned us into these things,
I didn't even get to the goth phase yet.
I know, and that's why I'm going to build on that by asking you a very direct question.
Yes.
If you had the ability besides Joy Division, who would you see? Goth genre. goth genre.
Oh fuck! Hold on. I'm actually gonna like think about this one because like
Now, I don't know if Lavender's even familiar with that genre at all.
I feel like I love like I don't fully understand I'll admit it. I don't fully understand the difference between goth and emo. I kind of conflate them.
There's a lot of difference.
There's a very big difference.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. I might know
we
a
will
goth
educate
band.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah, we will,
I may
we will.
know a goth band, but I might just put it under emo. So I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna answer that.
If we are talking like that old school like post punk kind of
Yeah.
goth, The Cure. Like not to be a cliche, but I fucking love The Cure.
Really, I'm surprised you didn't say Susie.
Susie's up there for me, but like The Cure is because the other thing
Cure.
is like The Cure is one of the bands that I showed Cam.
Yeah.
And like that's what got him into like
That's
post punk
fair.
and goth. So
That's
like
fair.
that would be like that's kind of like up there. Just
That's fair.
that meaning.
Absolutely
and then,
fair.
But if we're talking like under the goth umbrella, but not like the traditional goth, Typo Negative. Like gothic metal. Like I love because that's the thing. Like I love gothic metal and like like industrial goth. Like I love Rob Zombie. Literally wearing a Rob Zombie
love
t-shirt.
Rob Zombie. Okay, I do love Rob.
Shout out to JoJo for this is a shirt that he got at Hot Topic. Definitely before they were selling officially licensed t-shirts. It's literally on like a fucking printed like Gildan size small
There you go.
that I chopped up. He said I could chop it up.
We love this.
Yeah.
Smashing.
So, unfortunately, I've seen most of the ones that I've wanted to see, so I'm not going to answer the question.
Valid.
But, all right.
I would love to see Depeche Mode also.
I've seen them.
I know.
Oh my God,
Are they
so
amazing?
good. So good.
I was trying to get my mom to take me to a
Dude.
Depeche Mode show and she said no.
Dude, do you want
But
to
I was
know?
also like 18.
So, okay. Last question before we wrap it up.
Okay.
Of all the bands that you've seen, visually, who was your favorite? Like, who put on the best stage show? For me, I can tell you right now, Pink Floyd.
Y'all aren't going to agree with me, but Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour. And look, I know we're not all Swifties here, but I have to say this.
It's okay. I don't want the
She
Swifties trying to kill me.
puts on a hell of a show. Everything she does is so thought about. Even when I saw her for Fearless when she wasn't even 18 years old. She just cares so much about storytelling in her performance that it really shows. And even my dad, that's why my dad loves Taylor and why he went with me to the Eras tour and I picked him to go with me. Well, besides the fact it was really funny that
We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that.
Oh, no, I was just going to say the first Taylor show we saw for her first tour was the same night of the Eras tour that we went to all those years later.
Oh, very nice.
So it was like a really nice parallel, but I would say it would have to be
I thought you were
Taylor.
going to talk about the demanding of a ticket.
Oh, no.
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 We don't talk about that stupid bitch.
It's
No.
it's tough. Like, because
But it's Taylor for sure.
I literally have three bands in mind right now, so I'm just going to pop off. Number one, Motley Crue put on a hell of a fucking stage show. That was like the first time I had seen like a real fucking stage show like
That's
that.
fair.
Number two, Spirit Box, because let me fucking tell you, okay,
Spirit Box.
there is something
They're
amazing
great.
about seeing Courtney LaPlante walk out looking like a goddamn supermodel, and then like, coming out and screaming like the deepest fucking gutturals
Fucking
of any
love her.
fucking band on that stage.
Yeah.
I do
all
love
right.
Spirit Box.
And then can I be biased and just shamelessly plug my husband's band?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, because listen, they've only had 2 shows, but
They're evolving.
they are evolving, and it's really cool because they're trying to really like play up the Scott Pilgrim, like Evil X's like stage show.
They'll get
as
there.
well as a concert. Like they're really like it's really cool seeing what they're doing with it, and I want to see how they evolve.
They're going to get there.
But also Ice on Kills.
Oh, they're
Oh
great.
my God, they're
Ice
so
Nine Killers
good.
are
I
fucking
cannot stop.
wonderful.
I
They're
love
so
music so much.
good. No, you're fine. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm going to say Pink Floyd for sure.
Oh,
Yes.
I could imagine.
Oh my God, that show was so...
Holy shit.
I really wish that I was tripping when I saw that show.
I would love to be. I would love to
Honestly.
trip balls. but,
They're
like,
very talented.
I just want to take so many edibles and watch one of those Pink Floyd movies.
I'm not kidding you. I wish I was at that time able to do acid or
damn.
mushrooms for that show because it was that visually stunning.
Wow. Okay,
Another band that is just top tier visual fucking just High Lung.
Oh yeah, you've told me about
High Lung
them.
is not just a concert, it is a ritual.
Nice.
Oh God, I saw them when I went down to New Orleans for the first time ever in person. I'd been obsessed with this band for a little. Why do I hear crazy?
It's because the Halloween Mambo Combo is going at it.
Oh, great!
The Void and the Orange.
I love that. I love
they're
that you called it
having
the
a-
Halloween Mambo Combo.
I saw it in
having,
a
like,
YouTube
Lion
video.
King.
Oh, they're okay. Okay, so he's Simba.
He's Simba.
All
yeah.
right,
He's
that's
trying to get
that's fine.
Scar off of Pride Run.
That's fine. But Heilung has put on one of the best stage shows I've ever seen, and in this moment is up there because, dear fucking God, that woman
Yo, for real.
puts
Oh my God.
like every single sense of the word. It's a visual treat.
She's wonderful. I would love
Maria
to see her
Brinkley
live
is a
concert.
fucking
in this
goddess.
insane.
Fucking goddess. Those right now are the top three for me visually. I've seen some other amazing shows. Like, don't get me wrong, Depeche Mode put on a great show.
Yeah.
Fucking every single band, every single concert I've ever been to has been a great time. I
Agreed.
can honestly say there's very few bands that I would never, ever, ever see again. And we can actually talk about that in another episode.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say sorry,
we should
Dead and Co,
definitely- yeah.
for falling asleep during your show.
No, we should definitely talk about that in the bands that like. While this is the music
God.
that made us into who
Yeah.
we are and shaped our tastes, I definitely think we should have another conversation about the bands that definitely will never see again.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
my poor partner. I bought him these tickets and I just fell asleep.
It happens. It happens.
And he let me
but
sleep on his shoulder the whole time. So
There
I
you go.
can't
I
fall.
mean, as long as you didn't drool.
Ooh, I can't make a promise about it.
Yeah.
I'm a drooler, okay?
You see,
It's
I
fine.
don't have. You see, with Cam, it's all standing room. It's all standing shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So-
he's like, yo, we're gonna, he's like, yeah, we're gonna go, we're gonna, stand up, have fun, but I'm not gonna let you go in the mosh pit because you're gonna get like beat up. He
Yeah,
protects me
alright.
from the mosh pit. It's really sweet.
Okay, but Cam is the best like mosh pit partner to have.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Because we saw Bless the Fall, and that man kept my shit together.
we stand the Cam.
We stand the Cam. But on that note, unfortunately, as much as I know we want to continue talking about this amazing topic, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Boo.
Encore.
Oh, there will be.
One more
Encore.
song.
Do
One
you
more
want more?
song. Let's talk more about music.
Oh,
Oh,
100%.
oh, yeah,
I mean,
'cause
that's something we all
I didn't
like are
even
very
touch on
passionate
some.
about.
I didn't
I
even
didn't
touch
even-
on some of this
I
stuff.
barely touched on the gothic metal shit that I'm into.
And we're gonna talk about it.
We got to open up with that next time.
Oh no. Honestly, I may end up dedicating like different genre shows in the future. So Phoenix Nation, let us know what your favorite band is. Let us know what your favorite genre of music is.
Tell me why
I'm-
it's Taylor Swift.
Or not.
kidding.
And-
I couldn't help
Swifties do not come for me. I don't dislike your girl. I just don't vibe. It's not my vibe. I'm sorry. I can't. I've tried.
I know you have.
I have tried. Lav has tried for years now to get me into the Swift, and I can't do it.
and that's
Just
okay.
Roll up in here and tell me why Peter Steele is your Lord and Savior.
I have a disrotation, and I will speak about it off air. But on that note, Phoenix Nation, seriously, we're going to come back to you. We're going to be talking about music. We're going to be going to concerts this summer. 'Cause
Yes.
You're going to see your color wheel everywhere this summer. We are actually going to be at the Sip, Shop, and Eat show in Brooklyn the first weekend of June. So, being as this is our final show of May, happy Memorial Day.
Woohoo.
You know, hope
we made it, kids.
we made it.
You did a
We
good
made it.
job, everybody.
There you go. We made it. We are now, unfortunately, officially going into Gemini.
Hi.
Hence why I said, unfortunately. I kid. It's a bad joke.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. You got the nice side of me today.
For now. The dual sides of our Scarlett. You never know which one you're going to get.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, it's been a fantastic May. I hope you guys have enjoyed a whole month of our beautiful voices and the color wheel. And we're going to be coming at you live. So again, come visit us at the Sip, Shop, and Eat event, June 1st and 2nd. Come see us at Moonlight Market, where this will be our third year returning. Nope, second.
No, I think it's second year.
Second year
second.
returning.
Moonlight Market's a fun time.
Moonlight Market
I
is a
highly
great
recommend.
time.
I'm going to that one.
That's on June 8th, and we'll also be at Long Island Pride on June 9th.
Fuck yeah.
So, like, guys, and then wait. I have a huge surprise coming for y'all and an announcement, but I'm not. You gotta wait until after the Sip, Shop, and Eat event for me to announce it. Because it's huge for the gate. Huge for the gate.
And all of us will be there. So, on that note, okay, bye. We love you. Bye.